Welcome to the Poetry Box Live. Okay, our next featured poet is Penelope Scambly Schott, author of Sophia and Mr. Walter Whitman. Penelope Scambly Schott is a past recipient of the Oregon Book Award for Poetry and author of a novel and several books of poetry, including her 2018 prize-winning chapbook, November Quilt, and her recent book, On Dufur Hill, about a small wheat-growing town in Central Oregon. Her co-author, Sophia Schott Sweetdog, is a 4-year-old white goldendoodle and the niece of Lily Schott Sweetdog, who happened to co-write Lily and Rumi, a love story, a few years ago. And it looks like Penelope is getting our co-author, Sophia, trying to bring her to the camera. There she is. Yay, Sophia. Hello, hello. So let's have a big round of applause for Penelope Scambly Schott. Take it away, Penelope.
I'm unmuted, and here is Sophia, but she was sleeping and she really thinks it's very rude to wake her up. So anyway, yeah, we have at the back of the book about the authors, and you've heard about me, but Sophia Schott Sweetdog is a 4-year-old white goldendoodle, and she is the niece of Lily Schott Sweetdog, who wrote a book called Lily and Rumi, a love story. And Mr. Walter Whitman is a greatly admired 19th-century American poet who wrote Leaves of Grass. So now you've met all the authors. Here's the first poem in the book. Oh, and also, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the wonderful cover that Robert did, putting Whitman and Sophia in the same picture. What the dog thinks. First off, woof, 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 woof. That's pentameter. See, I know all about poetry. I've read widely in a used Norton anthology I chewed next to the dumpster. So I know how those old dudes used to rhyme. I also know Mr. Whitman composes in free verse, like I do. But second off, or maybe most important of all, please don't call me the dog. I am Sophia, Sophia the First, Sophia the Great. I have the softest white fur. And then in italic, stolen from Walter, I celebrate myself and sing myself. I can lick my own crotch. I can smell field mice scrabbling under the grass. My guru. So Walter told me, and Walter is so often right. Be curious, not judgmental. Wise advice. Whatever I find in the road merits a full snifferoo. Smashed, rotten, stiff, all good by me. I say to the mummified skunk, and your very flesh shall be a great poem. But I sure wish the tail wasn't missing. And then a few poems about a rather unfortunate incident. And, probably better if no young children hear this. When people call me bad dog, any dumb hen should have known I can run faster. Okay, I admit it. I am as bad as the worst, but thank God, poor dog, I am as good as the best, most especially at running. So if I wasn't supposed to kill those stupid chickens, why did they run? Contrition. About the chickens, it got bad. The chicken lady came over and cried. I wanted to lick her hand. Instead, I curled up into a small ball on the floor and went to sleep. The thing about dogs is they do not lie awake in the dark and weep for their sins. Still, that whole night, I didn't jump up on my people's bed. I didn't press my spine against her back. I didn't poke my muzzle into his hand, not even for 5 minutes. Walter understands. He also says I should call him Walt because we're such close friends. Walt tells me, these are the days that must happen to you. Except it wasn't day, it was night. And oh, such a long night. When the coyotes howled on the hill, I felt like a chicken. Next poem in this unfortunate sequence. Maybe she's still mad at me. Chicken, 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 give me a break. I couldn't help myself. God is a mean-spirited, pugnacious bully bent on revenge against his children for failing to live up to his impossible standards. I bet my favorite poet understands. He believes in doing whatever you're called to do. He says so himself. From this hour, I ordain myself loosed of limits. Yep, I did kill those 2 chickens. Or was it 3? A white one, a gold one, and I don't remember. But Mr. Walt isn't mad at me. The road to wisdom is paved with excess. He understands. Listen to him whisper with his lips close to my ear. I whisper with my lips close to your ear. I have loved many women and men, but I have loved none better than you. Of course, Walt still loves me. I am still one truly excellent dog, and my people should know it. She has to get over being mad. Soon, I hope. Well, that was the chicken episode. It's not as easy as you think being a dog. This one is called My Terrible Discovery. Sometimes, by mistake, they call me Lily, which is definitely not my name. Now I know why. Oh, something pernicious and dread. An old dog down the street told me the bad news. I am not the first. There was another dog before me. Another dog wore my leash, drank from my bowl, ate from my dish. Oh, baffled, balked, bent to the very earth, I perceive I have not really understood anything. This Lily dog, she used to sleep with my people. Endless afternoon. My person fills my water dish up to the brim, and then she heads out without me. The latch clicks. I run to the window, shove my nose between the curtains, watch her leave in the car without me. Now I jump onto the couch, knock down some pillows. Next I turn in a circle and curl up for a nap. After a long time, I open one eye, listen to the quiet, take another nap. I stand up and shake. I sniff my food dish, boring as ever. She's still not back. The clock indicates the moment, but what does eternity indicate? I'll be old by the time they eat dinner. I'll be older by the time I get to lick their plates. his eyes. Some days I puzzle about my two humans. Do they love me enough, even after the chickens? I'm pretty sure my guy does. I just have to look at him. What is it that you express in your eyes? It seems to be more than all the print I have read in my life. And as you know, I'm a big reader, mostly of Walt. My he person goes all gooey face saying how cute I am. I exist as I am, that is enough. I'll be doing something perfectly ordinary. Maybe lying on my back in a chair with my 4 legs up in the air and my muzzle pointing down to the floor. And he'll make her come look, because men don't have enough words. I mean, most men. Mr. Walt has plenty. Here's what he just told me. I sing the songs of the glory of none, not God, sooner than I sing the songs of the glory of you. Did you catch that? Mr. Walt writes you, meaning me. No wonder I love his songs. Me again. Who else? If I didn't exist, the world would be poorer. Quote, I find no sweeter fat than sticks to my own bones. Not that I'm fat. My ribs are smoothly covered, and I have a beautiful waist. I shake my head, and an ear flips inside out. The wind tickles the pink inner skin. Oh, I watch my shadow darken the weeds. Seeing, hearing, feeling are miracles. And each part and tag of me is a miracle. I shake harder and my tags rattle. License, rabies vaccine, ID. I'm fully, completely, 100% legal. Probably more socially acceptable than Walt, if you omit the unfortunate episode with those chickens. Though I know we both sniff butts. Walt should really know better. I'm a true Whitman fan, but even the greatest can get it wrong. Do you know what Walt said about animals? He called us placid, as in, I think I could turn and live with animals. They are so placid and self-contained. Self-contained maybe, but placid? That's just plain nuts. He must have met some sleepy old chow chow. Even my people know better. But I forgive him. I do. Even more joy. Joy, more joy, bliss, pleasure, gladness, enjoyment, cheeriness, happiness, not in another place but this place, not in another hour but this hour. Sanguinity, exuberance, exhilaration, joy, joy, glee, 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 zest, gusto, joie de vivre. Oh, wow, how great to be a dog. Okay, I'll stop jumping. And I'm going to read one more. High praise. Reader, don't quit now. We're getting near the end. The words of my book, nothing, the drift of it, everything. I hope you learned something useful about my good friend Walt. I can say with all sincerity, he is the most dog-like poet I've ever met, and that is one huge compliment. Kudos, plaudits, lauds, hand claps, four paws to Mr. Walter Whitman. Yay, 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 yay. That's it. And I'll mute myself now.
Oh my gosh. That was so much fun, Penelope. I mean, no other poet reminds me of a dog more than you. I mean, you have embodied that dog. That is just phenomenal. I love the way you brought in the voice of Walt Whitman, and this whole book, the chickens. I mean, it's just such a fun collection, and I just have to thank you for writing it, because good God, it's been one hell of a year. And we need this book. We need this levity. We need this joy. So I just can't thank you enough for writing it and letting us bring it to the world, because
thank you for publishing it. And thanks to Robert for doing the portrait session. That was the last bath Sophia had right before her portrait.
Well, I'm happy to say that Robert has had a bath since then. Oh gosh, are we having fun or what? Okay.